So video marketing is relatively new, and because of this, few business owners have fully harnessed the power of it. It's partially because it's still a mystery and no one really knows where to start. So we've all heard that video is the future. So business owners are saying we need videos. So their first step is to hire any videographer. So what I find is that they go to Craigslist, they go to Yelp, they ask friends for referrals, and they do very little to actually qualify the videographer. It's like, oh good, we reached out to 2 or 3 people, their price works, and their stuff looks good, so they're good to go. Now, the thing about videographers is that typically videographers don't want to be videographers, they want to be filmmakers. So they're focused on their craft. Now, when a business owner says, we need to create tons of videos, they're going to see this as an opportunity to create the videos that they really want to create. Then, very quickly, the business owner will realize we've spent tons of money and achieved very little results. Now, at this point, they have a couple of options. Some will sit down with their bookkeeper, CFO, and they're gonna say, okay, video does not have a high ROI, does not return on investment, so we're gonna quit. Now, some people look at video and they say, okay, how can we become strategic about it? So we've been creating all this content, how can we apply a strategy to actually make video work for us? So what's interesting about this strategic moment in time is the business owner can either own it or the videographer can own it. So I started as a videographer about 4 years ago, and I found that very quickly, well crap, if I can't figure out how to get business owners the results that they're looking for, then all my clients are going to quit and then I have to find new clients. So I became a total nerd for marketing. So I took it upon myself to educate myself on using video strategy. Now, most videographers aren't going to do this because remember, they want to be filmmakers. So I actually think that in order to achieve the results that you want, we need to bridge the gap between videographers and business owners. And the way that we do that is by empowering business owners and entrepreneurs to understand video strategy and how to communicate that with their videographer. So the trick to video marketing is that you choose one strategy and you put your blinders on until you've achieved that one strategy. This way you're actually going to be making progress and video will be working for you rather than feeling like you're spinning your wheels and not accomplishing anything. So video can and will work for you. It just takes time. So in today's session, we're going to walk through 3 video marketing strategies depending on different results that you're looking to achieve in your business. But first, I'm Amanda Horvath, and for the last 4 years, I've been running other people's brands. I have a video marketing company here in Austin. I've created over 200 videos, I've tested hundreds of approaches, and really figured out what works. In addition to running a video marketing company, I recently launched my own YouTube channel where I create weekly tutorials for business owners and entrepreneurs to help get them up to speed on what's working in video and how to implement it within their business. So I'm all about empowering business owners to leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. So I cover everything from DIY video to hiring videographers. So despite your budget, if you have one or you don't have one, there's going to be value on this channel for you. So the reason I'm pointing this out is because I'm only going to be able to cover so much in this 30-minute section. So just know that there's a library of knowledge for you at any point in time. All right, so let's dive into the 3 strategies. So strategy number 1 is for those looking to achieve the result of optimizing their website for conversions. If I were to visit your website right now, how long would it take for me to understand what it is that you do? If you aren't confident in your website's ability to convey your message, then focusing on fixing this issue should be your number 1 focus. So if this is speaking to you, then I highly recommend focusing your video efforts on creating the brand video first, followed by testimonial videos. So the brand video is a video that lives on the homepage of your website. It takes someone from knowing nothing about you to knowing who you are and how to buy. When you guys come across a video on a website, do you click to watch? You totally do, and so does your audience. If you can convey your brand's message in a 1.5 to 2 minute video, then you're going to see your website conversions increase drastically. So these are a couple of different examples ranging from services, products, and software, just to show that despite whatever you're selling, video will work for you. Some people are going to want to take immediate action after watching your brand video, but some will want to do more research, and those are the people that are going to continue scrolling on your website. So that's where the testimonials come in. So testimonials really paint the narrative of where your prospect could be if they buy from you. So you're really selling your future state. And what's great about this strategy is it only requires one shoot. So whenever we shoot a brand video, we include testimonial interviews within that brand video. So all you have to do is repurpose that footage and then edit it together into individual testimonial videos. So it's a great affordable way to achieve both of these things with one shoot. All right, so if this is speaking to you, if you feel like, oh, I do need to focus on website conversions, then your first step is to write your script outline. So one of my first videos was how to write a promotional video script for your business, and it walks through the 5-step process that I use with all my clients. And just for you guys, while I was creating this slide, I was like, okay, I could give away my pre-production that I give to all of my clients. It's like a 45-minute training, and so I decided to do that. So literally, it's like a 45-minute training that will walk you through how to do everything and communicate that to your videographer for like what you need your video to include. Because as a business owner, you're the only one that knows what your customers need to know before they buy. All right, so strategy number 2 is for those looking to achieve the result of building your tribe via organic traffic. So this might be your strategy if you don't have a budget for paid traffic, or maybe you're already doing a lot of paid traffic and you want to diversify your traffic sources. In this case, I want you to focus on creating how-to videos. So similar to blogging, like how-to content performs best when actually building an audience because you're providing value to your audience. So it's very similar to content marketing, and I know y'all are big into content marketing. We've been talking about it all day, but for those of you that aren't totally aware of what it is, it's when you focus on creating content that brings consistent value to your audience, and then you deliver that through social media or your newsletter. So video content is very much the same, except for there's one differentiator between video and other forms of content marketing, and that is a platform that is only available to video creators. Can anyone guess what it is? Just yell it out. YouTube. Yes. So think about if your audience, they're searching for how-to things online. We all search for how-tos online. Now, if you write an article on a how-to, the only reason that people are going to be able to see that is because they're on your newsletter, they follow you on social media, one way or another, they get sent that content. Now, YouTube, people think that it's a social media platform, when in reality it is not a social media platform. We also think that it's a platform just for YouTubers, and YouTube has gone a lot farther than that 13-year-old in their room making makeup tutorials, which is what we tend to think about it. The reality is that YouTube is the second largest search engine, and it's owned by the first. So we need to start shifting our perspective and thinking about YouTube as a search engine. So going back to that content, to creating an article, I'll step back here real quick, to creating a how-to article, imagine if you created a how-to video on that same topic that you've already written an article about, and now you can get it ranked on the first page of YouTube, which is significantly easier than getting your article ranked on the first page of Google. So you can kind of see the power there. Okay, so you might think, okay, if I'm a small creator, then I'm not gonna be able to do this. But the reality is that YouTube, unlike other social media platforms, like there are rules that if you follow them, YouTube does reward you. And you have to be strategic, you have to know what you're doing, but it's very possible. So I just started my channel like 17 weeks ago because I've released 17 videos. And I only have I started with 0 subscribers. I only have about 350 or something like that. And I'm already ranking on the first page of YouTube for a couple of these key terms. So it's very possible. And if I can do it, any of you guys can do it. It's just about really, truly providing value to your audience. Okay, so if this is speaking to you, I know this is kind of like a big thing. I'm not saying, oh, go create a YouTube channel and create 1 video a week. But there's like steps to this process. So if this is interesting to you, the first recommendation that I have, maybe you're not ready to take action and film a video yet, just download the YouTube app and start following people that you might find interesting to see how people are interacting with YouTube. So like, what are people creating? What kind of content works and what doesn't work? And then I also have a video for 10 reasons to use YouTube to grow your brand. So this kind of dives a little bit deeper into this topic. And then the first step truly to creating YouTube videos is keyword research. So there's a download that's all about keyword research that you guys can get off that video. And it's essentially all the keywords that I use, or all the keyword tools that I use to find these terms, and the same ones that everyone is using across the industry. All right, so that brings us to strategy number 3. So this is for people that are looking to maximize their paid traffic conversions. So essentially sales. You want sales now. Maybe you're already running Facebook ads and you're killing it, and you could optimize it further by adding video content to your landing pages or video ads. So there's more and more ad platforms that are emerging. So Imager, even Amazon and Reddit have ad platforms now. So there's more and more content that if you're focused on paid traffic and optimizing your paid traffic, there's plenty that you can be doing purely within this one video strategy. So this is going to be the most experimental video creation process. As you guys know, you don't know what works until you test it. So the trick here is to just start creating tons of content. So your videographer is going to love you because you're not going to inhibit their creative process. It's just going to be, hey, let's start creating as many ads as possible and let's just start testing. So you want to focus on creating multiple ads to test, see what works. And then also, you want to focus on no sound needed ads. Basically, 80% of people on Facebook aren't actually clicking to listen to the audio of a video, they're just watching it. So it's super important to be able to get your message across visually, and so text is going to be massive in these videos. So motion graphics, you'll want to ensure that you have a budget for motion graphics as well. The first step, if this is speaking to you for your strategy, is to really focus on your sales funnel, as you probably already are, and then communicate that. Like, take some time to sit your videographer down and be like, this is what the sales funnel looks like. This is the action that I want someone to take at every single section. And then from there, create a video about, that inspires that one action. So you really want to start forming a relationship with the videographer. These 2 videos walk through the strategy that I personally use to find talent here in Austin to hire for my own video marketing company. And I have some pretty high requirements for people to work with me. So I basically broke those down in these videos. So you can basically steal my strategy and find a videographer using these 2. And then I'm definitely going to be creating more videos in the future, breaking down different ads, why they work. So if you're interested in that, just follow along for that. All right, so let's do a quick recap, and then I want to get kind of a feel for what stands out to you guys in terms of strategy, and depending on how much time we have, let's see. That's not my phone, that's the mic. Okay, we have not very much time, but enough. If you don't know what strategy you should do, then I'm happy to answer any questions. So the first strategy is to optimize your website, and you're going to focus on brand video and testimonials. Then the second strategy is to build your tribe, and you'll focus on how-to content. And then the third strategy is to maximize paid traffic, and you want to focus on creating several no sound needed ads. So who feels like, well, first off, if you are a business owner, this applies, but it also applies if you have a side hustle. So think about it that way too. So who in this room feels like strategy number 1 would be their pick? Awesome. Okay, cool. And then strategy number 2. Nice. And then strategy number 3. Okay, cool. So actually surprised, I had a feeling that you guys would navigate towards strategy number 2 being content marketers. All right, so now we can open it up to any questions that you guys have.
I'm doing podcasts. Okay, I have the Second Street Dreams audio network. Why do I need video? Tell me.
Yeah. So I actually have started working with a lot of people that have podcasts. And the thing about podcasts is depending on, like, I'm a big podcaster. I love listening to podcasts. But sometimes if I start falling off listening to a podcast, if I got an email with a video from that same person that I follow, and now they have a video instead of a podcast, it's kind of a pattern interrupt. So if I've fallen off of listening to the podcast, I can now watch that video and re-engage with that brand and maybe even get back to the podcast. And it's an opportunity for people to find you, cold traffic to find you. So your podcast is very similar to like writing a how-to article, in that the only people really listening to it are the people that you are personally driving traffic to, or word of mouth referrals. But if you can create a video that drives people to your podcast, that is a new traffic strategy for you.
So I'm working, we have a company which just spun off a second company for product and emerging technology. So literally we're doing education for people that don't know what it is. We are also doing differentiation from companies like Microsoft and Intel. So what is a more important strategy there? Brand recognition, which compared to Microsoft and Intel, obviously not going to compare, or really kind of doing content to educate clients? I mean, I'm really.
Do you tend to have a long sales cycle? Like, does it take a long time to get that yes?
At this point, yes. I mean, we're still
Yeah.
relatively early in that process.
Yeah. So I find that how-to content, when you have a long sales cycle, because they're having a hard time grasping why they should go with your brand rather than these big companies, if you have something that is giving them how-to answers that they need, and the other companies aren't giving that to them, and they're while doing that process, they're getting like a slow drip into your process, then that's gonna really make that, it's gonna shorten that sales cycle significantly. Yeah.
Short of promotional costs, what kind of budget would a small business need to really get going and begin to see some traction?
Totally. So I'm really big into DIY video. So I think you should get started. Any video is better than no video. So depending on, when you say small business, is it a one-person business? Is it like 10 people? What's your product?
Most of my clients are going to be proprietor run. Some may have a small staff, under $1 million or just over it a year in sales. One of the, because as I'm hearing you talk about testimonials and do it yourself, and I have a pet client that's really struggling to stay alive and running out of money to spend
Yep.
with phenomenal products.
Yeah, and probably great testimonials.
And I'm wondering if there's an easy-to-use platform, SmartMan, but obviously not a videographer person. So, is there any easy-to-use tools that would let him pull that together? Because I think he actually has enough great content from his customers to, for example, create something that's got images and testimonials that would promote his product.
Totally.
Facebook ads.
So the thing with DIY video is you have to look at, like, does it make sense for the business owner to be spending their time doing video? Even no matter how good you are with video, it takes a lot of time. So does it make sense for him to learn how to do editing, or should he maybe start outsourcing? So I'm a big fan of outsourcing video editing. You can pay $7 an hour to someone in the Philippines, no joke. You need processes for it, and you need to be able to depict your message to be able to have them do a good job, but like, that's definitely a possibility. Hey, we have this testimonial. Here's a couple pictures that they have. Could you add some text and make it an interacting customer testimonial video? That's plenty. But also, like, if they just record a video of themselves talking on selfie mode, upload that to your site. Like, that's all you need. So you can definitely.
Well, yeah, he probably won't do that because it's a male-run company with a product that primarily appeals to women. So he actually authors his articles under his wife's name.
Well, he doesn't have to be in the video, but his customers can record the videos of themselves and send them to him. Yeah. Go ahead.
Considering YouTube as a search engine, is YouTube sophisticated enough to understand the content of the actual video outside of the title and description? And when would you suggest in a transcript, or is that old school?
Not old school at all. So if you are looking to rank your videos, like one of them just as important as your title and the description and your tags is the transcription. So there's a company called rev.com, and you just pay $1 per minute, and it'll automatically send the subtitles back to YouTube. But YouTube uses your transcript to index your video to make sure that what you're talking about actually fits. Like, they want relevant content for their audience. So if your video, if it's how to write a promotional script, and in the video I talk about promotional script, promotional video script, small business, entrepreneur, like, then I can use those tags, and those tags will mean a lot more. So definitely really important to do that. Awesome. Well, thanks guys for having me. If there's no more questions, appreciate it.